Hey folks, welcome back to the Dice Tower channel. Notice that I did not say welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey, because this is actually not going to be a review. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, which is just going to compare two games. At our game night last night, a discussion erupted over the comparison of two games that I thought was pretty simple. The discussion centered around this game right here, King of Tokyo, and how well it stands up to this game right here, Ultimate Warriorz, with a Z. So I thought I'd make a little video comparing the two and then giving you my final thoughts. So let's check it out. Now, first in the pipe, we have Ultimate Warriorz. Beautiful production from Matago, nothing short of what I would expect from that company. They've been hitting games out of the park for quite some time now, so this really hit home when it came out. Beautiful, great artwork. Not really beautiful, but it's cartoony. It's really good artwork, I'll put it that way. Not necessarily what you would hang on your living room wall, but still very thematic, very enveloping. Cool dice rolling mechanic where you are trying to hit the other characters that are out in your arena. The arena, the box is actually the arena. I really enjoy most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time I really enjoy when companies find a way to incorporate the box into the game so it's used for more than just storing the game. The arena for Ultimate Warriorz is actually really cool that way. Special Powers is in the base game of Ultimate Warriorz, and each of the players have a couple of cards in their deck that do special things that nobody else can do. So that's a really cool fact as well. So overall, this is a really neat game. Don't dislike it at all. It's very awesome, very cool. I love rolling dice, love the combat mechanic of trying to knock everybody out, but not doing it too quickly because then you'll get hurt if you do. So that's Ultimate Warriorz. Next up, we've got King of Tokyo. It uses a very familiar Yahtzee style mechanic of rolling dice where you can roll dice, keep a few, and re-roll others, and then keep some of those, and then have a last third re-roll. Also incorporates a little bit of the special powers idea with the different kind of power cards that you have that you can purchase with the energy tokens that you'll get throughout the course of the game. It has multiple paths to victory where you can score the most points, glory, star points, or you can simply eliminate all of the other monsters that are in the game with you through attacking and that type of thing. The main balance here is when to stay in Tokyo and when to leave Tokyo, keeping your health at a very even rate rather than letting it dip too low so that somebody could take you out with one of their turns. So King of Tokyo has a lot going for it. It is I would call it a tried and true game at this point. Definitely a gateway experience. So that's King of Tokyo. So why then should these two games even be compared with the other in the first place? Well, there's a number of different reasons. They both have dice rolling mechanics. You're chucking dice on both of these games. So that's one similarity. Another similarity is you're both in control of a creature of some kind. With Ultimate Warriorz, it's not always a monster. There's different sizes of characters. You can be a little short, stubby musketeer kind of guy, or you can be a huge red dragon, and there's varying levels in between. Whereas with King of Tokyo, you're still battling with these creatures, but they're all monstrous sized. They're all Godzilla or King Kong sized type creatures. So that is a similarity. Not as close a similarity as maybe we should need it to be, but it is a similarity. The third similarity is that they both do have special powers integrated. Now, this is where I'm going to talk about a little bit of one of the expansions. King of Tokyo in its base game the monsters don't actually have special abilities that they can do, but the power-up expansion did give the evolution decks to each of the monsters that had been created up to that point. So with that expansion, it would even out, but in order to stay, in integrity here, we're going to disregard the power-up expansion because we are just talking about the base game experiences. So with that in mind, King of Tokyo actually takes a hit pretty hard here because Ultimate Warriorz has special abilities for each of their characters in the base game, whereas King of Tokyo really does not. The card of the deck of cards that comes in the game where you are able to purchase those cards with energy cubes and stuff like that, those are not what I would consider character powers. Those are just special abilities that you may be able to pull off from time to time. So as far as that similarity is concerned, having special powers, Ultimate Warriorz gets the win on that one. Now, what about simplicity, complexity, or is one simple and one more complex? Actually, I think this is where King of Tokyo would probably win out a little bit because the Yahtzee mechanic that King of Tokyo uses is more readily known than rolling dice to hit against the defensive value that's going to change over the course of the game. So as far as complexity is concerned, I think King of Tokyo is a little bit easier on the learning curve than Ultimate Warriorz is. So with complexity, I think King of Tokyo wins out as far as a gateway experience is concerned. Both of these games are similar weights, so they're even keel on there. There's no basic gameplay difficulty that's worse on one side or the other. They're both rolling dice and seeing how you can attribute damage or accrue points or something to that effect. Now, with Ultimate Warriorz, the complexity is somewhat simplified because doing damage does get you points. Whereas with King of Tokyo, you are either going to be choosing to do damage or get points. And there's a rare occasion where you're able to do both at the same time, but usually the value of both of those endeavors is diminished if you're trying to do both of them at the same time. It's much more better for you to either go after points or go after damaging other monsters in King of Tokyo. So as far as complexity, gameplay, and stuff like that is concerned, I think the simplicity of teaching goes to King of Tokyo, but the value of gameplay comes from, is won out by Ultimate Warriorz because it achieves more with less. So which one wins out here? Which one is the better game? Well, to be honest, this isn't really a 2 games in, 1 game out type of scenario like Tom used to do on the podcast. This is more of which game would be better in which situation. I think that King of Tokyo is a better gateway experience, whereas Ultimate Warriorz is a better filler game for gamers because it is very simple to play. Like I said, Jason played 3 games of it last night, and he used it I was in one of those games, but he used it as that kind of game, a filler experience, where it took 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes to play the game. But it engaged all of the people that were playing it, and everybody enjoyed it tremendously. So I think this is a better gamer filler. This is a better gateway experience into dice rolling mechanic games. So there you have it. I don't know if you're going to like this video or not. I'm an army of one, so I guess you could say I really don't care. But hey, I'm just trying to keep it real, y'all. Look, these both are very good games. If you have not at least tried to play them, you should definitely go out and do it. And I dare say that you will at least have the desire to pick at least one of them up, if not both, after you have tried them. So that's me, that's King of Tokyo, that's Ultimate Warriorz. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at coolstuffinc.com.